with behavior education. Welcome to Serpentes Sunday for June 27th, 2021. This is kind of a special Serpentes Sunday because we are going to flash back 2 years to when I received 3 Morelia Bredli from Ralph Polinski. Now, I did an unboxing video back then and I intended to share it and never did. And I thought, well, I'll share it on the 1-year anniversary of their arrival and then I can give an update about the animals. And I didn't do it then. So now we're close to 2 years since I unboxed these animals that joined our family. They will have been with us 2 years next month on July 29th, 2021. And they're all turning 4 years old next month as well. And that is Sunspear, Xahea, and Boreth, 3 Morelia Bredli. Now, since that time, I've gotten 5 other snakes from Ralph Polinski. I got 1 rough-scaled python, a Morelia carnata, and 4 other Bredl's pythons, Morelia Bredli. A couple of funny things that I noticed in this video. Now, remember, it's 2 years old. I keep saying Bredli, and that was long before I made several Australian friends that corrected me and said it should be Morelia Bredli. So it was just super funny for me to watch this unboxing video and hear myself saying that. So that was funny, and then I just found it funny to listen to the comments that I made 2 years ago and how surprised I was that these snakes were so large, because they're larger than the conspecifics that I have here that are their same age, and they just are. There's some natural variation within species as far as weight and size, and these 3 just happen to be bigger than the other 2017 Bredli that I have here. But I'm extremely happy with them, and I am going to show some video footage of what they look like this year. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's just fun sometimes to look back at the past and see what we looked like then and how we spoke. But the other thing I want to point out about this video is that 2 weeks ago, I did a Serpentes Sunday video about how we quarantine snakes. And during that video, I mentioned that I unboxed the snakes in my cargo van, and I used the empty space, the back of that cargo van, as a room to unbox the snakes right in the FedEx parking lot and get them squared away in travel containers that are either going to be their permanent quarantine containers or just the travel containers until we get home. And so this video shows me doing that whole process in that very same cargo van that I mentioned in that video 2 weeks ago, so you're going to get to see that. And what's so great about having that van to be able to use as basically my unboxing room is I can throw away the boxes the snakes arrived in, any of the paper, any of the trash that came with the snakes that I don't need to bring into the house. So all I need to bring into the house once I get here is the actual snakes and any official paperwork that came with them. So I hope you enjoy this as much as I enjoyed seeing it again after 2 years. Okay, so Ralph Polinski shipped me the remaining animals that I need to fill our Bredli study. I needed some older animals because we had plenty of 2018 babies, and I only had 7 that were older, like 2017 to 2014 hatchlings, and I really wanted to have an even number, 10 and 10. So Ralph is hooking me up with 3 2017 Morelia Bredli, and he has been excellent to work with, very good record keeping, very detailed, which I appreciate. This is a female. This is a male. I'm going to have to decide who goes where here. And this is a female. So I guess it doesn't matter which container I put who in. I'm going to take the tags off.
And make sure that I put them on the containers that I'm putting them in. This feels like the biggest one, so she's gonna go in the biggest box. And this is the Hypo Aphers female. I always take them out of the travel container and put them in a transport tub because it's about an hour drive home. She was coming out. And this is the other female. Feels a little smaller than that one. These are big girls. These are actually quite a bit bigger than the other 2017s I have already. And then this is the male. Put him in the small container. They'll be in here about an hour, and then we'll get home and I'll get him out into regular enclosures. This one had a zip tie on it instead of just being tied. I hope that's not an indication that of anything. I'm just kidding. Sure, it's fine. Alright, so they're all set. They can come out if they want or stay in if they want. And I will head home. That was easy. I was the first one here at FedEx this morning, right when they opened. I always like to try to do that.
This is the 2021 Lori chiming in here to say that that is very difficult to me as I am a night person and mornings are hard. I'm usually sleeping between about 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. So for me to get myself up, drive an hour away and be at FedEx at 9 a.m. when they open is rough.
Alrighty. So we're on the way home. We're about halfway there. I had to stop for gas. And there's the male. He hasn't left his bag. Here's one of the females, and she has been all over the place, and she would come right out of that tub if I let her. And the other female is doing the same thing.
I have to interject here again as present day Lori and say that clearly these travel bins are not going to be their permanent quarantine containers. The snakes were much larger upon arrival than I was expecting, and so once I got them home, I had to improvise a quarantine setup. I ended up quarantining them in 4-foot long by 16-inch deep by 18-inch high enclosures in my kitchen where there were no other snakes, but where I could fit enclosures large enough to comfortably put these snakes in. So that's sort of something else that's pretty funny as I look back on this video. Another thing looking back on this video is that I had set the travel bins on the kitchen counter, and all of that stuff you see behind them is the dog biscuits and all of the special dog toys that I stuff with dog biscuits for when I have to be gone and leave the dogs. And I had taken the lid off of Boreth and then turned around to open the enclosure I was going to put him in. And when I turned back around to get him out, he was already out of the travel bin, climbing up the kitchen cabinets and up onto this exercise space that I had set up above the kitchen. I couldn't believe it. So consequently, I did eventually get him down from there, and he went into his enclosure for quarantine, as did the other two snakes, the two girls. But then I couldn't use this exercise space for like 3 months because I was concerned because these snakes were in quarantine and he had been all over this exercise space. So on the plus side, it did prompt me to create some other exercise spaces inside the home because I still wanted the other snakes to be able to exercise. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found that fun and enjoyable to watch. If you have any questions, I can always be reached at behavioreducationllc@gmail.com, or via my website at behavioreducation.org, or via Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. And until next time, everybody, please remember to always be kind and love your animals.